Well, I think we're going to just end our series on 10-cent dismay or dime coinage. Yeah. Um, we had a famous Francophile who came up with the name dismay for the coin. I'll let you guys research who that was. And we got through the seated, and now we're going to get to the conceited, pretentious barber coinage. Yeah. No, I'm just being a dick. I shouldn't be a dick. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Honestly, could have lived without these ever be a thing. You got your Fijian cap, your laurel, all your usual stuff for Lady Liberty except hair. None. No hair. Don't know who came up with that. Looks like a really butch woman or a really effeminate man. And then we kept the same reverse we had for the seated with the corn husks. Yeah. You know, it's fine with the ribbon at the bottom. There's a lot of that. You know, that reminds me of the French coins. It also reminds me of the Chinese fat man dollar now that I really think about it. A lot of people use bows in their coins like that. So that's just a classic design. Yeah. So Barber is not what this person on the front of the coin is. That is Lady Liberty. Barber is the name of the person who engraved the coin. I actually paid 60 cents for this coin. I actually got this under milk. Yep. The carpets match the drape in this case. Got it at the pawn shop. They never bothered fixing it. There's a few of these I'm going to show you right now that I got under melt. I was pretty excited. It was when I first got into it. Monster Pawn, by the way, which is, I guess, a big mega corporation. A lot of pawn shops are owned by corporate pawn shops. But, yeah, their error, my win. Overpaid for this one, $2.50. You know, it's got a date. I can deal with it. It's okay. I'm not butthurt about it. Alright. So, you see the point here. You know. Old barber coinage. Again, not my favorite. Not my favorite. So we went from the barber to Winged Liberty in 1916, as you may recall. And, you know, there's a few key dates with these. Yes, I paid $1.24 for it. There are some key dates. And then, you know, I did pay $2 for this one in 1917. Not in bad shape. Yes. So the mint marks on these, if you look, see it? It's right there. We get a focus. See it right there. See it? The S? Yes. You know you're the same color as an old silver coin. You know that? Yeah. The non-shiny one. Alright, this one's beat up. 1928. Coal. Yeah, that one's an old beat up thing. Probably been on the road or something. Got ran over. Alright, this one I paid $1 for. Yeah. Not in great shape, but it's under melt. I'm okay with it. A lot of times I didn't get these under melt, and that's the problem with U.S. coinage. Guys, is, you know, especially nowadays, have you guys seen the rates on junk silver nowadays? It is absolutely absurd. Yeah, insane. It is really wild out there. Yeah. This one's not in amazing shape, but what are you going to do? And whoever did these staples needs slapped. That is not my handwriting. I did not do that. Wow, that is really jacked up. Slap somebody, actually, the more I look at this. People ask me, why do you put non-numismatic coins in these flips? And my answer is, I'm too stupid to put them in rolls. Too stupid to put them in rolls. Because if I put them in rolls, wouldn't life be easier, guys? Take up less space. Know exactly how much silver you have. Yeah? Well, I'm not smart enough to do any of that. I just don't have the brains. Guys, I have a lot of these. So do you. You don't need me to show this stuff to you. We went from the Merc to the most embarrassing and pathetic thing that's ever come out. The herpes of dimes. How in the world did we go from this to this? Who signed off on that? To this very day, our 10-cent coins look like this. This rubbish, horrid piece of garbage. I'm talking about the guy. No, I'm talking about the design. I'm talking about all of it. It's pathetic. However, if anyone were to come to me and say, hey, oh, by the way, I got this Thunderbelt. Yeah, Monster Pond. They see that I got a bunch of these coins. They had old prices on them, and they let me buy at that price. Yeah. Anyway, so good deal there. And I had a good day that day. This coin, if someone were to come to me and they say, hey, what US coin set should I try to complete? First, that's made out of silver. I would be like, get you a set of rosies. There aren't any key dates. Don't let anybody lie to you. There's no key dates. There's a couple better dates, but there's no key dates on these. You can complete, and they're all day, mint condition, all day. Least worn of all the silver dimes you're going to find on average. You're going to find more minty ones in the junk bin than not. Well, maybe not than not, but than any other. You're not going to find a lot of minty barbers in the junk bin. You're not going to find a lot of minty mercs in the junk bin. A lot of them you're going to see are going to look like this. You're going to be like, what's even the date on that thing? Why did someone scratch it with a razor knife? Got it under melt, though. Anyway, no, there's still good mercs out there. But, Eva, come here. Get up. Get over here. What are you doing? Here, look. It's a shiny. You see it? Do you want to play with it? Eva, do you want to play with the shiny? Shiny, shiny? Oh, look, it's shiny. Oh! There you go. There's that. We fixed that situation. I got lots more barbers too. I got anything I get. See that $1.32? Of course I bought it. And that's the real key here. We're going on and on about what I like, what I don't like. It doesn't matter what I like and what I don't like. What matters is how much did I pay for it? Well, this one, I paid $1.61 for it. It's kind of a slick, okay? But it's still worth $1.61. So that's what I paid for it. You get the point? Okay? So if the price is right, I don't care what it is, Pretty, not pretty. See this one? 1913? $1.36. By the way, 1913 is a very bad year for America. A lot of bad stuff happened that year. But that is a different video. We're not into that. you know, $1.36 for this. Well, it's beat up. It's ugly. Guess what? That's fine. This one cost me $0.00. Must have been a giveaway from one of my friends at Kitco, would be my guess. Because why else? That's a lot of my free stuff. If I put free on it. Could also have been a lot I got for free no, I remember all those situations. So no, that was a gift from someone from Kitco. You know, I got some dimes. But I also have some quarters. Yeah. Yep. I got some quarters. So, we'll get to that next, because this is the dime video, right? I got plenty more dimes, though. I will tell you, we haven't talked about it yet, but it is actually kind of important. So, what are the advantages of junk silver over non-junk silver? Why, for example, would I ever purchase this instead of this? Hey, this is segueing into something here. Why would I ever buy a 90% 1917 half dollar in questionable condition for $14.29? But that's a totally different discussion. I don't usually pay for it. Boy, that must have been back in the old days. Anyway, I did buy silver when it was up in the $50 range. So God only knows that's probably why I bought this one. Why would I buy this over this? Okay. Because I was around for the last run-up. Well, the secret is, the magic of this is it's fractional. Okay. 2 of these, right, equals 1 of these, which is about 1/3 of an ounce, right? So $1.40 of this stuff is 1 ounce of this stuff. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see the advantage of that. Say I want to buy a candy bar. Do you think I'm going to buy a bunch of candy bars? Or if I only want one candy bar, I'm not going to hand over a $30 Silver Eagle. Although I only paid $23 for this. It's the only Type 2 I have. But we talked about that in another video. SD Bullion was having a deal. Oh, Eve, are you playing with the SD Bullion card? SD Bullion was having a deal. So I'm just going to throw this out there because they got me my first Type 2 ASE. 1 ASE at melt. And then you had to buy, so I bought these werewolves to put me over the $199 limit. And they were on sale too. So it all worked out. It's nice. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Why am I not going to buy candy bars with this? Why? Let's stay on topic. This werewolf. Well, first of all, they're going to look at me and say, that's from Canada. No one gives a crap. Is that even real silver? No, I'm being it. I do worry about some of my world coins, guys. When the time comes, if we ever have SHTF, like, do I have to go to Canada to trade this in for valuable stuff? Just a thought that, enters my mind these days. But because of what's going on, have you guys seen the markets lately? Oh my goodness. Anyway, back to my point. If I want to buy a candy bar, okay, I'm going to break out a dime. I'm going to pull one of these rosies out. I'm going to say, hey, how you doing? I'm a Rosie, right? And I might buy 2 candy bars for a Rosie. I don't know what candy bars even run nowadays because I haven't bought a candy bar in years. But I might get 2 candy bars for one of these Rosie dimes, okay? If I say I want to buy in bulk, well, I'm still not pulling out 2 ounces for candy bars. That's a lot of candy bars. But I might pull out one of these. You're like, oh, that's a better price. I like that better than what I paid for that. Anyway, isn't that crazy? Paid more for this than this. Wow. Anyway, I might buy, if this is 2 candy bars, well, I might get 10 candy bars with this, right? 2 times 5 is 10. See how easy it is? It's fractional. That's my point. This gives you some variation, right? In the content or amount of silver that you are peddling. Now, this is important. Had it not been for the nickel lobby, you could have said, can I get 1 candy bar, and handed them one of these. I still think this might be a proof. I'm not an expert, but I just feel like, like it almost looks like an impaired proof. But I don't know. Anyway, you could take this and you could throw it down for a candy bar. But the problem is, our friends at the nickel lobby decided to start making 5-cent coins, the shield nickels, in 1860, I think it was, or 1864. I can't remember the exact year. Now, I will tell you this, though. There is a redeemer. Yeah. War nickels. The herpes of silver. The herpes of 5-cent coins. You could use them because they come to right about the same amount of silver as an old school halftime. So it works out in the wash. So actually, you know what? I've always hated war nickels, but the more I think about it, they're not, for the amount of silver you're getting, war nickels ain't bad, man. They ain't bad. That's not a bad deal. As long as people are willing to accept them. That's the only question I would have about them. Because they are fractional. It's $1 worth of silver or so. It's about the same amount of silver as a halftime. So it works out perfect in the wash. Just probably by accident. I don't think they did it on purpose, but the fact of the matter is the halftime's a lot smaller than a war nickel. But the halftime is 90% silver. And it all comes together to be really close to the same amount of silver. So actually, war nickels, from a fractional standpoint, are actually much. I just realized that. Yeah, that just can't. Like I've always thought. War nickels. There's got to be something there. If they're not good for smelting, anyone will tell you that it's rough to get the silver out of them who's into that sort of thing. But the value is the fractional value of silver. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to do some math and calculate how many war nickels it takes to make an ounce, but I bet you we're in the ballpark of halftime. Yeah, so I don't know. But dimes are great fractional, recognizable. If I throw this down, anybody's going to know this is silver. They're going to know this is definitely valuable. I will say this, and this is something, I was thinking about the other day. Any coin, even the copper nickel nonsense that we use nowadays, no one uses coins very much anymore. Even those are more valuable than the electronic card swipey nonsense. Okay? So, I could make an argument, and this is a totally different topic, we're getting off topic here. I could make an argument that you could conceivably do very well just getting cases of nickels, 5-cent coins, 5-cent nickels. Not the war nickels, just just the mostly copper coins, and just stacking them. And the copper in them is worth more than the dang coin. And the second the U.S. Mint stops using them, making them, guess what? You get to melt them. But forget that mess. Even if we don't stop making them, even if we can't melt them, even if I throw down a hunk of copper the size of a nickel, mostly copper, that's going to have an intrinsic value. And it might be closer to 1 cent in the old days. It might be worth 1/5 of what one of these are. Or it might be 1/10. But that's not the point. The point is it would have some value. It would have more value than your debit card. Wow. Anyway, we're going on long enough. Have an amazing day. I hope you find all the shinies of your dreams. This completes our series on 10-cent coins. We got into the weeds a little bit there, but guys, if the price is right, I don't care what it is, get it. Do you see what I'm saying? If the price is right, then it doesn't matter what the product is. If it's metal or whatever, if you can move it and make a profit on it, or at least hold your value. That's the other thing people don't realize. Not all this is about getting rich. Silver and other metals, they have an intrinsic value, which basically holds that value in time. It just holds that value. People will always want copper. Now, the problem with the downside is storage space, right? But say you went and got those nickels I was telling you to get, and you bought them by the can. They come in these cans out of the armored cars. You could use those cans to build walls for a shed or something. Like there are applications or at least an easy way to hide it and make it easy to get to. You could build sheds out of those nickel cans. And now when the SHTF happens, the doo-doo hits the fan, you got a stash. It ain't even an obvious stash. It ain't even like, whoa, look at that, dude. That dude's got stuff. Let's go rob him. It's more like, oh, he's going into the shed, right? Anyway, find all the stuff, guys. Get the stuff while the dollar still buys stuff, because there's a chance that we lose that reserve currency status. The markets collapse. Anything valued in dollars, man, that doesn't have an intrinsic value, could be bad. Could be good. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not giving you investment advice. I'm just contemplating the possibilities and thinking aloud. Because that is what I do. I think, therefore I am. Have an amazing day.